Hello, yeah, just a quick video again. Mary here on Hope Alive. Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're keeping on strong, you're keeping your hope strong and alive. I hope you're not giving up the fight that quickly yet. I hope you have not decided to quit. Hang on there, hang on there, because victory is around the corner. Okay. Yes, I'm going to be continuing today on Hope Alive. I'm sorry, on the topic your pain, your gain. Please, if you haven't listened to it, please do go back on my videos on my channel, YouTube channel, and then you'll be able to watch the past videos on your pain, your gain. Yes, I'm continuing on it today. As a family, we'll be looking at the book of Genesis, and then we got to the story of Joseph not long ago. While I'm on this topic, of course, I paid more attention to it at this time, reading that book of Joseph, the story of Joseph again. I started from Genesis chapter 37, and the Bible introduced Joseph to us as a very lovely lad. The Bible introduced him as someone that is very honest, someone that is very trustworthy, somebody that can be, things can be committed into his heart, someone that is committed, yeah. So, yes, his dad would entrust him with kind of overseeing, more or less, because the Bible records that he will bring bad reports concerning his brothers when he goes out with them to tend the sheep. So, I mean, that tells me the kind of character this young boy had. He was just 17 at the time. And then, of course, naturally, the brothers didn't like him for that to start with. It wasn't because of, I don't think it's entirely because of his dream. I believe it all started with the fact that he was just too honest for them. And then, not quite naturally, his dad loved him and preferred him to his brothers. And we saw how he got in a coat of many colors and whatever. But the last straw that broke the camel's back was his dream. The thing they had the issue with was his dream. And being such a young boy, he didn't understand his dream. So he told it to them. He told it to his father. It was they that interpreted this dream to him. They said, oh, do you mean you're going to rule over us? Do you mean you're going to be king? Do you mean this? Do you mean that? Yeah, and yes, that was what introduced Joseph to his journey of pain. Well, what I want to bring out from there for us is the fact that, yes, Joseph was on the right course. Joseph followed and loved God. Joseph feared the Lord. It was demonstrated throughout his life. We saw it while in his father's house. He got to Potiphar's house. Joseph continued his act of honesty. The fear of God ruled him while in Potiphar's house. So much so that he was elevated in Potiphar's house. Okay, because he was an honest person. God was with him. It was evident that God was with him. Everything he did prospered. And then all things were looking beautiful, looking great for Joseph, And then from there, Potiphar's wife came with a temptation. And so he looked like, this promise that I thought was about to come to pass. What's going to happen now? Joseph still stood his ground for righteousness, for holiness. The fear of the Lord still ruled Joseph's life. And Joseph knew the repercussion. He knew saying no to Potiphar's wife could lead to his death. Because in those days, capital punishment was the main thing. Especially you trying your master's wife, trying to violate your master's wife, trying to have your way with her earnestly, that could have been his death. But he knew it was also going to be his word against hers. He knew quite all right what he was going to face by saying no to this woman, who is seemingly is very powerful. But at the end of the day, Joseph made a stand for God. Okay, that led to even more and more of his trials and tribulation. What I'm bringing out from there is the fact that you are standing up for God might be the reason behind your pain. But the reason why the reason why you're going through what you're going through might be because you refuse to bow to the enemy, because you refuse to compromise your righteous stand. You refuse to compromise. You stood your ground, and you're going through what you're going through, and you're wondering, where is God in all this? But can I tell you that had Joseph not gone through all that he went through, Joseph wouldn't have made his way to that throne. All that Joseph went through were building his character. All that he went through were building his personality. All that Joseph went through was the sum up of what Joseph became eventually. Sorry, I may be distracted. My little daughter is here, so I'm trying to keep an eye on her at the same time while I'm making this video. So Joseph became who he was because of what he went through. Last week I did mention that your pain will never leave you the same. It will never leave. It didn't come to leave you the same. It will not. But the choice of how you turn out in your pain is entirely yours. Joseph had the choice to be bitter against his brothers. Joseph had the choice to be bitter against Potiphar's wife. Joseph had the choice to be bitter against everyone, to be bitter against God, who gave him a great and wonderful dream and couldn't protect him even when he stood for righteousness. Joseph had the choice to turn his back on God and on people, on forgiveness, pain and sorrow and all manner of things. But Joseph made a choice. He went to Potiphar's house. He wasn't sulking. He wasn't depressed. He wasn't bitter. He went there, still trusting his God, still worshiping his God, keep holding on to his God. And God did not fail him. So even when things went bad again after Potiphar's wife was like, oh, it's enough for him to get into the prison and say, God, why did you do that? God, you could have saved me. Why didn't you save me? Joseph did not do any of that. Joseph focused on his relationship with God. Joseph looked beyond what he was going through. Joseph looked beyond and looked at the dream that was set before him. And truly, Joseph made it to the throne. It was possible for Joseph to remain in that prison and look at the butler and the cupbearer being depressed and sad, because the Bible says he noticed their countenance. It took a caring person. It took someone who is selfless to begin to care about how somebody else is feeling. Joseph could have been depressed himself and not even care about somebody else. He could have said, you know what, you are even better off. I am even going through my own issue. Why do I have to bother about yours? A lot of times when we go through our own pain, that's the choice we make. We shut our doors against other people. We shut our doors against those going through pain. We are never offering help or support for other people. We become so selfish and self-centered. Joseph was not any of that. Joseph was still helpful. Joseph was still caring. Joseph was still concerned about other people. And see where that led him. And eventually when he met with his brothers, it was natural for Joseph to forgive. Because Joseph had grown through the process. Joseph had turned around through the process. His character had developed through the process. And most importantly, his faith had grown through his pain. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, what are the choices you're making? Are you being bitter against people? To be honest with you, the people who you think are the reason for your problem are not the reason. His brothers, you remember what Joseph said to his brother down the line later when he met up with them? He said, you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. God planned it for good. This is all God's finger and orchestration. What are you seeing through your trials? Are you looking at that person who is causing the trouble? Or are you looking at God working out something in your life for your good and your destiny? What's your attitude in your pain? Are you being selfish? Have you shut everybody and expect everybody to look at you, everybody to respond to your pain, everybody should understand what you're going through, everybody should be at your beck and call? Or are you saying, you know what, I am going to be selfless. Even with this pain, I'm going to reach out to others who are also going through pain and make their own life better. Because it's only then that you make your own way through your pain. I'm going to stop there today. I will carry on again next video, talking about your pain, your gain. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you and your family. May God give you the strength and grace to come through this pain. I pray that you enjoy and experience God's peace in and through this pain. I pray the mercy of God be made abundantly available to you. That's from 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 2. That's my prayer for you today. God bless you. Have a wonderful Christmas. If I don't come out with a video before then, have a wonderful Christmas. If I do, yeah, I'll still wish you a Merry Christmas. Go out there and be a blessing. God bless you. Bye. Remember, subscribe, like the video, share it, and be a blessing to others. God bless you. Bye.